Once upon a time, a little girl named Sally got a pretty dollhouse for her birthday. It was pink and white, with tiny windows and doors that could open and close. Sally loved playing with it every day. She had many dolls, but her favorite was a little girl doll with blue eyes and a yellow dress. Every night before Sally went to bed, she said good night to her dolls and closed the dollhouse's door tight. One night, something magical happened. As the moonlight shone through her room, Sally thought she heard tiny giggles and whispers coming from the dollhouse. She rubbed her eyes, thinking she was dreaming. But she wasn't. Sally quietly tiptoed to the dollhouse and peeked inside. To her surprise, the little dolls were moving and talking to each other. They had a tiny tea party set up in the living room, with mini cups and plates. "Wow," thought Sally, "my dolls come to life when I'm asleep." She felt a special tingle of magic and joy. Sally knew this was the start of something amazing. She whispered, "I promise I won't tell anyone. Can I play too?" But just as she spoke, everything stopped. The dolls froze and the magic paused. Sally realized that the magic was a secret between her, the moonlight, and the dolls. She smiled, closed the dollhouse gently, and whispered, "See you tomorrow night." And with that, she went to bed, dreaming of the adventures they would have. The next night, Sally could hardly wait for bedtime. She quickly brushed her teeth, got into her pajamas, and hopped into bed. Her eyes were wide with excitement as she looked at the closed dollhouse. "Remember, it's our secret," she whispered to it. Once the moonlight crept into her room, Sally slowly opened the dollhouse. Inside, the dolls were awake and moving again. This time, they were having a dance party in the dining room. "Can I join the party?" Sally asked softly. The dolls stopped and looked at her, and then the little girl doll with a yellow dress came to the front. She nodded and smiled. Sally felt a warm, magical feeling as she imagined herself small enough to fit into the dollhouse. In her imagination, she danced with the dolls, laughing and twirling around. They played hide and seek, and Sally found the best hiding spots. The dolls loved having Sally play with them. They told her, "You're our best friend." Suddenly, Sally heard her mama's footsteps coming closer. Quickly, she closed the dollhouse and pretended to be asleep. Mama peeked in, smiled, and then left. Sally opened her eyes and whispered to the dollhouse, "That was close, but so much fun." She knew this was just the beginning of many magical nights with her doll friends. Sally fell asleep with a big smile, dreaming about their next adventure. On the third night, Sally had an idea. She wanted to take her doll friends on a special adventure outside the dollhouse. "Let's go to the moon," she whispered excitedly. She gathered all her dolls in the living room of the dollhouse and told them about her plan. The dolls clapped their little hands with joy. Sally, imagining their journey, drew pictures of the moon and stars on big sheets of paper and laid them around the dollhouse. "Here we go," she said. They pretended to blast off into the night sky, flying higher and higher until they reached the moon. Sally described how bouncy and fun it was to hop around on the moon's surface. They had a picnic with moon cheese and star cookies and played tag in the moon's craters. It was the best adventure ever. But then Sally heard a strange noise coming from the corner of her room. It was her cat, Whiskers, who had been watching quietly. Whiskers suddenly jumped towards the dollhouse, wanting to join the fun. Sally was quick and scooped Whiskers up. "Oh no, Whiskers! Be careful! You might scare my doll friends." She realized she had to protect her doll friends and their magical world. Sally found a comfy spot for Whiskers away from the dollhouse and made sure he stayed put. "Sorry, Whiskers, you can watch, but let's keep the magic safe." Sally learned that part of having magical friends means protecting them, too. After the moon adventure, Sally was more careful. She didn't want her cat Whiskers to scare her doll friends again. That night, she had a different plan. "Let's build a castle," she said excitedly. Sally and her dolls used blocks and pieces of cloth to build the tallest, most colorful castle right next to the dollhouse. They worked together, carrying tiny blocks and making flags out of paper. It was fun, but while they were building, Sally heard a sad, soft meow. It was Whiskers, looking lonely by the door. Sally felt sorry for him. "I wish you could play without scaring my dolls," she told Whiskers. Then Sally had a great idea. She built a small, cozy space for Whiskers with a soft blanket and some of his favorite toys, right where he could see them playing, but not too close to the dollhouse. Whiskers purred happily and settled down to watch. Sally smiled, happy that Whiskers felt included, but her doll friends were safe. They finished the castle, and it was the most beautiful one ever. "This castle is for all of us," Sally declared. "And Whiskers, you're the guardian." The dolls cheered, and even Whiskers seemed proud. Sally had found a way to keep everyone happy and safe. That night, they celebrated with a big pretend feast in the new castle. Sally knew that making everyone feel included made their adventures even more special. The next night, Sally looked at her dolls and Whiskers, who was now happily watching from his special spot. She felt a warm glow in her heart, knowing everyone was happy and safe. "Tonight, let's have a calm night," Sally whispered. She decided they should have a storytelling night inside the dollhouse. Each doll took turns telling a story. There were tales of magic gardens, brave doll knights, and funny animals. Sally listened and laughed, enjoying every moment. When it was her turn, she told a story about a little girl, her magical doll friends, and a kind cat who watched over them. The dolls listened intently, their eyes wide with wonder, and they all lived happily, sharing magical nights full of adventures, Sally finished. The dolls clapped, and Sally felt something special. It wasn't just the dollhouse that was magical, it was her friendship with her dolls and Whiskers. Sally learned that magic didn't just happen in adventures, but also in the quiet, happy moments spent with friends. Before going to sleep, Sally looked at the dollhouse and then at Whiskers. "Good night, my magical friends," she whispered. "Thank you for the wonderful adventures." She closed her eyes, knowing that many more adventures awaited, but also cherishing the peaceful joy of just being together. And so, Sally, her dolls, and Whiskers all shared many more magical nights, filled with both excitement and calm, happy moments. We hope you enjoyed this story. If you liked this video, please go ahead and push the like button. If you like the content and want to see more, please subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.